Angered Okadok, 2 mana, 1/2 common. Intensify, get +1/+1. So it's a 2/3 and then a 3/4 and so on. I think this card's quite good, and I might actually try it in Keeper as the new cheap drop of choice. I think this, like, it's not the most powerful thing ever, but it's a 2-drop that you can actually play without being too embarrassed. Like, once you're getting back the third one, it's a 4/5. That's pretty good. Beastclad Hunter, 4 mana, 3/6 rare, takes no damage from minions with less attack. It's a very good card, that. I actually, so probably mostly for Gauntlet. I don't know if I'd play this on ladder, but now that things like Duelyst and Sunsteel are getting the boot, they are opening up space for slightly worse but still powerful and diverse 4-drops like this, and I think this card might end up seeing play. If the meta is aggressive, it can just sit there and chow through a whole bunch of 2/3s for days. And of course, once you buff it, like there's clearly support for buff Magmar in the set, then, you know, that's quite strong. Like, for instance, this is really good with this. Bellow. 3 mana common spell. Give a friendly minion 3 attack, +3 attack, stun enemy minions around it. That seems like a good tempo card. Like, you've got your minion, you push it up to their general, you play Bellow, you stun their stuff, and you hit them in the face. And they can't trade into your stuff, so it doesn't matter so much. You've got a damaged minion, and the next time you hit them in the face again. And they've taken a bunch of damage. That seems quite strong. Deep Impact. 2 mana spell, but rare. Deal enough damage to a minion to reduce its health to 1. What an interesting card. That's a very cool design. I guess the idea is you can combo it with Catalyst Quillbeast for 2 mana hard removal, which, like, Magmar doesn't really need more hard removal, but sure. You can play it in Blood Rage decks or with other damage synergy. What else can you do that's funny? I mean, it's good with Blood Tier Alchemist. Or there's Crater, the new Scorn. So there's lots of pings. Spirit Harvester as well. There's quite a lot of ways to make this card just 2 mana hard removal. Seems very strong. Bellow seems great in Hate Furnace. Oh, you're right. Yeah, that'd be really good for that. Definitely playing that. Deep Impact does its damage in 1 large slump. Yeah, that's what I thought. But thanks for clarifying. That's good to know. Magmar doesn't have Kaleno, doesn't matter. But they do have Taigate with this. Huh? Extinction Event. Each of our eggs hatches into a 6/26. Like, yeah, that seems pretty funny. I mean, for 8 mana, it's going to be really hard to get more than one of them. But that's pretty funny. This card is very lovable. I like it a lot. Also, the art on this thing's pretty sweet. Gargantuan Growth, 4 mana rare spell. Give a minion grow +8/+8. This is basically like, play me with synergy or I am kind of useless. But, you know, if you put it something in, like, just play a Veil Hunter and then play Gargantuan Growth on it and hope your opponent doesn't have any removal. Could work. Haruspex, 4 mana 7/6 legendary. Whenever this minion takes damage, your opponent draws a card. This is really good in Millhorn decks, and I think good in any sort of slow meta anyway, because people tend to play card draw in control decks. This kind of means they don't have to play it, but you're making up for giving them that tempo by having a 7/6. And so hopefully at some point you connected them with their face and hit them for 7. And that just pushes you strongly towards your game plan. Extinction Event hatches stuff immediately, right? So at 9 mana, your Ragnora gets a 6/26 rush. Yeah, that's my reading of it. Catastro's Sprite takes like 5 tiles, according to Sibon. Wow, really? They're actually bigger than 1 tile? That's amazing. Any egg they leave up is a potential game loss past turn 8. Well, no, the problem is that the eggs will hatch at the start of your turn. So you have to have rebirth minions in play, or I guess hatching, and then trade them in so that they actually die. So they have to die immediately. Primal Ballast on Haruspex. Ooh, yes. Yes. Finally, Primal Ballast will have a home. Yes. Hate Furnace. 4 mana 5/4. Trial. Cast 5 spells to give a minion plus attack. Destiny. Minions summoned from your action bar in Russian Frenzy. I don't know if that affects the Hate Furnace itself. Do you know, Thanatos? Is it a Mercanta Warbeast or just a 5/4? But either way, this card seems very, very good. Like, you have to play more buff spells than usual, but, like, you know, sure, right? You can play Zumar with a decent emphasis on spells. I guess the problem is you need cheap stuff to put your spells on. Lots of spells, but then also, like, expensive stuff to make it worth playing Hate Furnace. But there's a happy medium. Like, you can play Phalanxar. You can play Haruspex. Like, Haruspex with, as someone mentioned, Primal Ballast. Pretty great. I really like this with Skarsig, actually, because if you're playing loads of buffs, having a little 1-2 that wants to be buffed is pretty good. I don't think it combos with Gargantuan Growth, though, which is sad. Invigoration. Oh, wow. So 2-mana common spell, Intensify, restore 3 health to your general. I think that's good. Restore 3, then restore 6 is like a decent amount of health for that little mana. I think this will be really good in Starhorn primarily, because you're more likely to see the second and third copies. I don't know if it'll replace Plasma Storm for Varth, but if the meta's aggressive enough, you do need that. And I think that seems good. Crater, 3 mana 2/4 common. Opening Gambit, deal 1 damage to everything. So it's a slightly worse old Blistering Scorn. It's good. My Taunting Induction, 2 mana epic spell. Summon an egg of the minion most recently summoned from your action bar. So that can include last turn. Oh, so you can go play a big thing, and then they kill it, and then you go... So you play your Razorcrag Golem, and then they kill it, and then you play my Taunting Induction Eggmorph, and then you hit them for 10. This with World Fauna. Oh, the... Yes, you can... I mean, if you play your 9 mana 25/25, and then they kill it, and then you have this, you could do that. I mean, the problem is, once you're playing a 9 mana card and not dying, like, you can do whatever you want, right? More. 5 mana 4/4 ranged epic. Oh, epic. With ranged, whenever this minion attacks, it also damages enemies around its target. Really weird to see Magmar getting ranged minions, although this definitely makes sense as a Magmar card, just flavor-wise. So, I think it's pretty good. It's gross in draft. Like, this card is going to be amazing in draft. Ranged Thunderhorn, like, that's bonkers, right? So, I think it's going to be good. I wonder if you can target tiles with it, so you can hit 2 things that are slightly far apart, because that would be sick. Does Superior Mirage work with a Hate Furnace Rush buff? I imagine not. I think it's like on you rather than on the minions. Erupsisaur, 3 mana 2/5 legendary with Grow +1/+1. Whenever another friendly minion with Grow survives damage, that minion grows. I was talking earlier about this just being a really, really good 3-drop, and I think it's mostly going to be that. I like it as a replacement for Murloki Huntress that's less all-in and is a bit better by itself. Like, you can just play this and trade with stuff on the board, or play it without it being in a Grow combo deck. And then from the opponent's perspective, it doesn't always work. Like, you have to set it up a bit more. So I think it's going to be a bit kind of less swingy on both sides, which I appreciate. Zoetic Charm, 2 mana 2 mana epic artifact. Your general has +1 attack. Your eggs have force field. That's really cool. I don't know if it's worth a deck slot, but if you really, really like your eggs, that could be it could be good with Chrysalis Burst if you want a meme, right? 4 eggs with force field and maybe hatch into nonsense.